On tonight's HorrorVision, today we're going to be looking at Candyman. Released on September 11th, 1992 in the USA, director Brandon Rose creates something very interesting based off a Clive Barker novel. Yep, Hellraiser. Skeptical graduate student Helen Lane befriends Anna Marie McCoy while researching superstitions in the housing project in Chicago's near North Side from Anne Marie. Helen learns about the Candyman played by my classic man Tony Todd, a knife-wielding figure of an urban legend. It's Hook, for you to know, Google. That some of her neighbors believe to be responsible for the recent murders. After a mysterious man matching the Candyman's description begins to stalking her, Helen comes to the fear that the legend may be all too real. This film is... How can I explain this? Is it fucked up as Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Not really, but it's definitely second fucked up. I can't even describe how fucked up, people can be. It shows how fucked up people can be, but also shows how pain and pleasure in Clive Barker's world is kind of like how they describe how it describes how it makes them feel better or something like that. Because even in his Hellraiser films, it feels like it. I mean, it grossed, this movie grossed pretty well of $25.7 million in the USA. I got to agree that this has got to be one of the best horror movies I've ever seen. It literally scared me the shit. The scary part comes is that how two of them died almost the same type. They were both burned. The only difference is that, well, she's been psychologically and mentally tortured by the Candyman, while Tony Todd's character, the Candyman, was basically had his hand cut off and attached a hook on it just to hurt people, and was burned alive, but not after getting stung by merciless amounts of bees. Oh god, bees. I hate bees. There is no reason for me not to describe how good Candyman is. And like I said, this is based off of a Clive Barker novel, or some may think. This has got to be, in my opinion, one of the best horror movies from the modern genre. And this was 1992. I can imagine at least a remake of this. Since we have multiple remakes that used to be coming out, it's time to remake this one. Again, nobody can do better than Tony Todd did as Candyman, but if anybody can remake this movie, oh boy, I'll tell you one thing. It's gonna be spooky.
Be my victim.